Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Vibe Nation. Today we're here to watch another video. Today we're here to watch They Call the Cops on Me at the Mall. It's from one of my favorite content creators. It is by Young Don Sauce God. It is it's one of the videos I haven't seen. It's one of his most recent videos. It's posted today actually. So let's go ahead and check this out. If you want to watch the original video, the link will be down in the description down below. It will lead to Young Don's channel and video. Well, so let's go ahead and check this out in 3, 2, 1.
Right as that happens, who do I see walk into the store? A fucking cop. Granted, he was a mall cop, so take that how you will. But I tell you what though, that gun on his hip, boy, that shit was real as
Sauce.
Now, before we get started today, I'd like to thank today's sponsors, Guns of Boom. Guns of Boom is a first-person shooter available on your mobile device. It's a super dynamic game and very easy to play. It features a ton of different weapons, maps, customizations, and game mods. I mean, it's been downloaded over 40 million times within the last year, so obviously, people must love it. It's constantly updated with new content and in-game events like the new Danny Trejo tournament that's active right now. However, it will be ending on June 14th, so install the game today for a chance to play and also receive an exclusive Saw Squad starter pack including a Dark Stalker helmet, armored jacket, Panther pants, a machine gun, and free gold for your initial download. Thank you again to Guns of Boom for sponsoring this video. Download link is in the description box down below. Let's go. I swear to God, man, no matter how hard you try, I think that children always eventually turn into their parents. To some degree, right? All the things that my parents did and said when I was a kid that I hated, I find myself doing and saying the exact same things as I get older. Perfect example, my mom is the kind of lady that does not put up with bad customer service. Now, partly that's because my mom's just a strong-ass black woman that doesn't take shit from anybody, but also because she's worked in HR for almost her entire life and knows exactly what good customer service looks like. So whenever some employee catches an attitude or gives her bad customer service, she doesn't hesitate to let them know. I used to hate that as a kid. I would often get embarrassed and think to myself, I would never draw attention like that to myself in a public setting. But recently,
Yo, that is so true, because I remember one time my mom, she was in Publix, and I mean, I can understand this. It really would tick anybody off. Like, she was the only person in line, and then this lady like called like a bunch of people that were behind her to come in front and pass her, acting like she wasn't nothing. So me, however, I had just stepped out of the restroom. I just went in there to wash my hands, and all I know is that my mom's angry and she's like mumbling to herself. And next thing you know, she said she was gonna talk to the manager, and I was just like you get that moment where you just feel like you just want to be like fade into the background, because you knew that you had nothing to do with this, but yet again you feel like you're already in it, even though you weren't in it. Hope I'm making sense, but yeah, that's how I felt at the time. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I had an incident at Shoe Locker where I found myself doing that exact thing, an action that resulted in the cops being called on me. So here's what happened. So the other day I went to the mall to go shopping, and I don't shop too often, so when I do, I spend a lot of money. And I know I shouldn't. Like, I really be spending money I don't need to, but I
That's
went
what
from
happens when you
being
get paid.
really broke to really not broke really fast. So mistakes. Anyway, among the things I purchased, I got a pair of blue and white Jordan 1s and a pair of Air Force 1s from Shoe Locker, of which the Air Force 1s I wore out of the store. I went straight home, took off the forces, threw them in the closet, and went on with my day. The next morning, I woke up with a bit of buyer's regret. You see, I didn't really want the forces, but the salesman at Shoe Locker was gassing me up, so I was just like,
How you get upselled,
By
man?
the morning, I had changed my mind. So I go to Shoe Locker,
Can't let them upsell you, bro.
he takes the shoes and inspects them. And of course, the bottoms of the shoes were dirty as a result of me walking out of the store to my car the day before. He looks at me and says, "Hey bro, I can't give you your money back for these. They're not in resellable condition." So then I'm like, "But these are brand new though." But then he's like, "Yeah, but these are too dirty, bro. I mean, how would you feel if you came to buy some new white sneakers and we brought these out to you?" So then I was like, true. So I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. So what are my options? So then he says, "Well, I can give you store credit." And then I was like, And so then he said, "Or you could take the shoes home, clean them, and then I'll take them back and give you your money." So then I was like, "Oh, for real? All right, let's do that." He then shows me what shoe cleaner to get and gives me instructions on how to clean the shoes. Cool. Now, this means I have to spend another $20 on shoe cleaner, but I figure getting $70 back is better than no dollars back. So I take the shoes out to my car and give them a
Depending on whether or
proper
not that
scrubbing,
stuff
and by
works,
the time
though.
I was done, they were pretty wide if you ask me. So I go back to the shoe locker, but now the manager on duty was there as well. So he takes the shoes, shows them to her, and then she's like, "No." And I could see she had a little attitude about her, but I was like, all right, your life probably sucks, so whatever. So then I say, "So am I not getting my money back? I mean, these are definitely cleaner than the floor model." And then she's like, "Yeah, but they have to be pearl white, like perfect." And then she points out to me all the tiny imperfections that I had missed when I cleaned the shoe. So I was like,
Really?
okay. And then the guy says we can still do an even exchange if you want, but I was like, nah. You see, now I was too invested. I'd already sunk an additional $20 in like an hour of the day into making this return happen. I wanted my god money. So I drive 30 minutes home and spend like 20 minutes meticulously scrubbing these shoes. I got these shoes so white that when I put them on, my credit score went up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I made my way back to the store
Oh, man.
yet again for the third time. And as I walk up to the counter, I can already see that the manager was not happy to see me again. So the guy takes the shoes, shows them to her, and then she rolls her eyes. And then with her back turned to me, she signals to the guy to return the shoes, but she did it by fanning her hand. Now, I might not have been trained by the CIA on how to read body language or anything like that, but I've been around sassy women long enough to know that this motion basically says, "I just return the shoes. This is being annoying," right? That's what that says, right? So now I'm like, is she mad at me that I'm trying to return the shoes? Like, I just followed your employee's instructions. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at him for telling me that I could just clean the shoes and return them. I'm definitely not the asshole in this situation. Anyway, they reluctantly do the return and give me my money. So now I'm a little fucked up, because here's the thing. It's not like if he had just straight up told me that I couldn't do the return from the beginning, I would have given him shit about it. I would have just been like, alright. But he put the option on the table, so I didn't appreciate the fact that they were treating me like I was the asshole who was trying to get him to bend over back.
I just feel like, it's more than likely they just didn't want you to do anything about it. They really thought that, they'll give you the option, but thought that you would just take the store credit and just leave. They didn't really think that you were actually going to go ahead and clean the thing. That's just how it works. They just give you the option, because technically, I'm guessing in their guides and bylaws or whatever you want to call it, that you have to give them that option, but they don't really expect you to actually take the option of cleaning it and bringing it
backwards to do the return. So the guy hands me the money, and then he just doesn't say anything. No "have a good day," no "peace out," no "don't let the fucking door hit you on the way out." Nothing, just handed me the receipt and turned around. So I walk out the store, and as I'm walking to the car, I'm like, what just happened? How am I the douchebag in this situation? So then I was like, nah, they ain't gonna treat me like that.
Wait a
After I made me
minute.
take the shoes back twice to clean them, fuck out of here. So I walk in and I ask to speak to her. She comes over and I respectfully voice my dissatisfaction. She then basically tells me that I was wrong to interpret her tone and body language the way that I did, and that she has done nothing wrong. So now I'm like,
Really?
"Bitch, what?" And then dude over here decides that he wants to play Black Panther or something, as if his manager can't handle the conversation and she needed saving. He might as well have said, "Veronica, do not worry, I will handle the situation." So then he turns to me and he starts trying to make me feel like I'm being a dick for coming back and voicing my opinion on their service. He's cutting me off, raising his voice, gesturing defensively, and the whole time I'm being pretty calm, partly because I worked in retail for 4 years and I know that if a customer starts yelling and making a scene, they have the right to kick the customer out of the store. And I didn't want that, but also because I just didn't care enough. Like, I wanted an apology, but it wasn't like I was genuinely upset. It was more about the principle for me. And by principle, I mean,
I ain't taking disrespect, little nigga. Straight up, put a couple holes in your neck, little nigga.
So then the manager leaves and just goes to the back, completely ignoring me, and then homeboy starts dialing up volume. He's cutting me off more and more, ultimately telling me that 1, I'm tripping, I got my money back, what else do I want? 2, I can just go shop at Finish Line instead of Shoe Locker if I have a problem. And 3, if I have a customer service problem, then I should just go call customer service, because they're not gonna be giving me an apology. So now I'm like, this nigga is a moron. Eventually, the manager finally comes back to the floor and starts to talk to me, because by now the guy's being so loud and is so upset to the point where you can visibly see him hyperventilate, because nothing makes someone more upset than realizing the person you're shouting at doesn't give a fuck. So she starts to ramble at first and explain herself, and I just stand there poker face because she knew what I wanted. Eventually, she apologizes for being rude and that it wasn't her intentions to come off that way. After which, I promptly accepted her apology and said thank you. That's all I came back for. Right as that happens, who do I see walk into the store? A f***ing cop. Granted, he was a mall cop, so take that how you will. But I tell you what though, that gun on his hip, boy, that shit was real as fuck. I turned to her and she's like, oh, I had to call the security. I didn't like the back and forth that was going on between you guys. So I just wanted to make sure that someone was here to stop things in case they escalated further.
Lies.
You want to know what the sad part is?
What?
I wasn't surprised. Genuinely, when she said that she felt as if she needed to call security, my initial response was, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, what does it read? It says, because I have been conditioned to constantly aware of the fact my size, race, and gender causes some people to find me intimidating. Yeah, all right. Still, don't think it was really that needed.
It wasn't
you weren't
until
the one
after I
actually
already
doing
left
anything.
the store and was walking back to my car that I was like, hold up, this chick just called the cops on me and I wasn't even yelling. What on earth could have made her think that things were gonna escalate further?
I don't even think she was there for like the majority of the fight or the one-sided argument.
And then I remembered what I look like. I'm a large black man with hands and tattoos who doesn't happen to
what I look like.
Time, which automatically must mean that I'm unintelligent and thus incapable of maintaining a conversation with someone whom I happen to disagree with. Of course, it was only a matter of time before I punched Black Panther in the face and then proceeded to crip walk over his body, right? That's obviously what was gonna happen next. That's what it means to be a young black man in America, right? So I see the cop, I tell her thank you for the apology, I shake her hand, and I promptly leave the mall. Because best believe that I will be damned in hell before I let this pot-bellied mall cop make a hashtag out of me because Shoe Locker doesn't want to train their employees on good customer service. So that's the story. I'm not going to say where this store was or their names because I know how shitty retail is. And I have no intentions of getting anyone fired because they made a mistake. But best believe that this is the last time that I will ever shop at Shoe Locker. I'm gonna take all my business to Finish Line because technically it was the Shoe Locker employee's idea. Moral of the story to all of my young brothers and sisters out there, watch yourself. Because we live in a world where your very existence may be perceived as a threat to some of the people who reside among us. And it may not be fair, but it is our reality. And we have to learn to work with the way things are while we do our best to try and change them to the way things should be.
Yo, that's real right there, man. That's real. Gotta work to where they need to be, man. All right, guys, that was young Don Hines Animations. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Vibe Nation. I need to do more of his videos. His videos are they're hilarious, but yet I like the morals at the end of it because, you know, so something to ponder on and think about, learn a little bit, you know. So thank you guys for watching. Remember the links down in the description down below. This is Vibe Nation, and I will see you guys later. Peace.